The history of the first civilizations is full of great events and mysteries that arouse the curiosity of many.
Have you ever wondered
why in school we learn so little,
if anything, about the world's first advanced civilization?
one of the first civilizations on our planet?
The Sumerians. The Sumerians.
The Sumerian civilization, for example. Have you ever wondered
Why schools teach so little
if anything,
about the
Sumerians.
Why the mystery around Sumeria, which was in Mesopotamia and what's now modern-day Iraq, especially when it introduced so many things we still use today?
The Sumerians.
Now, this is one very advanced civilization.
Many wonder how it was possible for human beings to evolve so rapidly.
After all, just some of what they gave us.
Did you know that they created a calendar,
The modern calendar based on lunar cycles,
medicine,
the wheel,
the plow,
agriculture,
the glass,
astronomy,
and the sailboat?
use of brick and several other construction innovations,
the 60-20 counting system used for geometry and measuring time,
a legal system in place,
They are the first society that uses
irrigation systems like levees and canals,
temples, religion, and so forth.
creates maps of its cities and lands,
They even spoke the first known language.
use makeup and jewelry before the Egyptians
And, most importantly,
create beer with over 500
over 500
different recipes,
sailboats.
over 500 different recipes.
and even
They left evidence of the first recorded writing. That's a lot of intelligent contributions to humanity. Sumerians were accurate in creating many advanced systems. Yet, we dismiss their history of man as mere mythology.
So why aren't we taught more about this clearly advanced and influential civilization?
Well, connect the dots, and you'll discover why the omission could be deliberate. And why is that?
Perhaps the answer to this dilemma can be found in the text written by what was the first organized civilization in history, the Sumerians.
If you go to the source, here's what the first civilization ever to record history revealed about our past.
Khorasan, Iraq, March 23rd, 1843.
While excavating for archaeological treasures.
14 clay tablets with Sumerian writings were found.
To date, these are the oldest known writings.
The translation of the text revealed one of the most fantastic stories of all time.
Evidence that there is other intelligent life in the universe.
The story of the Anunnaki gods.
And during that time and era, people didn't just carve these types of things into stone just for a hobby. It's real information, real data, and real history.
From the Epic of Gilgamesh to the many references of them in other cultures, the mystery of the Anunnaki is becoming more clear.
According to the Sumerian tablets,
Earth has been visited by intelligent beings for thousands of years.
445,000 years ago,
A group of powerful beings called the Anunnaki.
creator gods, as they call it, came to Earth. The only inhabitants of Earth were wild and undomesticated animals, and early ancestors of man. The tablets say that the creators in Genesis, the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve, these were polytheistic gods, otherworldly beings, the Anunnaki.
Was a term of the gods used by the ancient Sumerians.
We're beginning to understand that the Anunnaki gods that were actually ETs.
These beings were called
The Anunnaki.
which means those who from heaven to earth came.
It meant those that were connected with the stars,
Or,
it simply meant the sky people.
or,
Just plain out.
they were aliens. They were aliens. And, most importantly,
These alien visitors, the Anunnaki, created humankind.
It appears to be that
Anunnaki gods.
came down and literally started a colonization project here on Earth, creating us in their image and after their likeness.
The Anunnaki combined their genes with the ancestors of human beings, creating a hybrid and submissive race at their command.
A genetic fusion of Anunnaki DNA and the DNA of the previous hominid species. The tablets write that the Anunnaki had created an entirely new species of life on planet Earth. And that species was us.
And that species was us.
For years, we've been struggling to find the missing link between our species, Homo sapiens, and our predecessors. Perhaps this is our missing link. This then would suggest that humans weren't necessarily created, but came from a modification of an earlier hominid species, which was most likely either Homo erectus or Homo heidelbergensis. The legends in the ancient tablets are very clear that the Anunnaki created humans to support and serve the gods.
the Anunnaki inhabited a distant orbiting planet called Nibiru.
Was the home planet of the Anunnaki, who were experiencing difficulties because the climate and atmosphere of the planet were changing rapidly, making it difficult to produce food and therefore to survive. It was necessary to use advanced methods of technology, alchemy, and magic to reverse this situation. To do so, a large amount of gold was needed.
Gold nanoparticles can be used to repair our damaged ozone. It shields radiation.
since this metal has purifying properties capable of resisting even cosmic radiation.
Why NASA uses gold foils in their space stations.
And the translations in the Sumerian tablets tell us over and over and over again that the Anunnaki came here looking for gold. They found it in spectacular amounts, but they needed help to get it out of the ground.
The Anunnaki's original intention was to use us to mine all of the gold that they needed. This was our original purpose as a species, a slave race to mine gold.
And they were mining gold on a level that we can't even begin to imagine.
The Anunnaki put the Homo sapiens to work in the mines and elsewhere in Mesopotamia. The Semitic word avad, or worship, literally means work for. Hence, early man had no choice but to worship their gods. They had no choice but to work for their gods. According to the pictographs and texts, these Anunnaki, who we know lived many centuries, were giants compared to the Homo sapiens.
They are described as having these shining eyes and an otherworldly feeling about them.
So the Anunnaki, which is the name of the empire, which includes races like the Saurian, or as they are called, the Reptoids, the Argarians, or Nordics, because of their human looks, and the Greys from Zeta Reticula.
When you start looking at these subjects,
Zeta Reticula.
It is often spoken of a genetic lineage, reptilian, and of royal blood.
The British royal family.
In Mesopotamia, all of the Anunnaki were supposed to be reptilian.
The Anunnaki passed on their knowledge to the Sumerians and created monarchs. The kings ruled as their representatives on Earth and respected, noticed. It is believed that the royal bloodlines were genetically made by the Anunnaki
and that the reptilian biology had blood that was dominated by copper, and that they literally had blue. We have red colored blood.
We have red.
We have red. Blue was the blue blood reptilians of Mesopotamia. Blue.
We have red.
Led to a group called the Merovingians. And the Merovingians tie later in the timeline directly to France, Germany.
It is often said we have red
that the Windsors are in fact mostly
blue blood
Germany
in that area of Europe because of that bloodline.
Some royal bloodlines still exist nowadays.
Are the British royal family
the blue bloods?
But the Windsors are in fact
literally a reptilian blue blood line. The blue bloods went to Europe. Tie this connection between the reptilians, Merovingians in Mesopotamia,
specifically the lineage of Enlil, Ninurta, and On,
and established monarchs. Now here's where it gets interesting.
Celebrities you didn't know were related to the royal family. Starting us off, we have Johnny Depp, too. Then we have Tom Hanks. Meghan Markle is related to the royal family even before she married Prince Harry.
Which makes her and Harry...
Yes, this may be weird, but hold on. She's a direct descendant from King Edward III, which makes her and Harry
17th cousins.
Unbeknownst to man, royal bloodlines were genetically manipulated by the Anunnaki. This would in turn explain the strong aversion by nobility to interclass breeding. The kings would act as their emissaries on Earth and rule the people according to ancient principles. Some people speculate that the Anunnaki have deceptively managed to control the Earth through this selective breeding of nobility for centuries, millennia.
Luciferianism is arranged according to a hierarchical structure. At the very top sit 13 family dynasties. Luciferianism sit 13 family dynasties, including the Rothschilds and the British royal family. These are recognised by cult members as demigods. 13 family dynasties. Below these, there are 300 Luciferian bloodlines.
And some speculate that exactly they successfully have managed to control humanity precisely through these chosen blood connections for millennia.
This would explain the secrecy around the Sumerian recorded history.
Everyone should know about Woodrow Wilson. Everyone should know about J.P. Morgan. Everyone should know about the Carnegies, the Rothschilds, the Warburgs. Everyone should know about the Waltons. Everyone should know about the Vanderbilts. Everyone should know about these are the names.
Including the Rothschilds and the British royal family.
Greta Thunberg, that climate change chick, her great-grandpa's a Rothschild, and Bill Gates is directly related to the Rockefeller family. Like, how is it the same people that are all related that are running things?
Of course, the Rockefellers, again, John D. Rockefeller and all the rest of them. You must know about these. Why? Because they shaped the modern world that we currently live in.
Like the Rothschild family, they own all the bank systems. The Rockefeller family, they design the school curriculum.
And that would pretty well explain the well-kept secrets around the history of the entire Sumerian civilization.
Aliens that have been dominating the Earth.
Well, If we gave the same credibility to their written history as we've given their inventions, we'd be teaching a completely different version of our origins. Others speculate.
They didn't call them dinosaur, they called them dragon. The word dinosaur wasn't made up till 1841. The word dinosaur wasn't made up till 1841. It's a brand new word in the dictionary. I got some old dictionaries and looked for the word dinosaur. Even in 1891, the word was not in the dictionary. They called them dragons. Not in the dictionary. Even in the 1946 dictionary, listed as now rare, they called them dragons. The Bible mentions dragons 34 times. They called them dragons. And the Bible talks about a fiery flying serpent. What is this?
Fiery flying. Anyway.
In the book of Job, it talks about out of his mouth, Leviathan, go burning lamps and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils go a smoke. What are these dragons? And Herodotus in 400 BC reported the fiery flying serpents. You might want to read that story sometime. Gilgamesh is famous for slaying a dragon. Alexander the Great reported dragons when he conquered part of India. A Chinese legend tells about a guy named Yu.
He built channels to drain the water off to the sea and make the land livable again.
Many snakes and dragons were driven from the marshlands. This piece of pottery from Egypt shows two long-necked dinosaurs. Why would they put dragons and dinosaurs on different pieces of pottery that are found from ancient civilizations? Saddam spent a fortune rebuilding the ancient city of Babylon. On the ancient Babylonian walls, which they rebuilt, they found carvings of lions and dragons. This is from 600 BC. Why would they put dragons on the walls of the city? The Ishtar Gate in Babylon. It's over there right now if you want to go see. How would they know about dragons in 600 BC? Some were still alive, still lived with man. As the population of people began to grow after the flood, the population of dinosaurs began to go down. Because nobody wants to live next door to a dragon. How many grizzly bears are roaming loose in the woods right here in Bucks County? None, right? How many were there 400 years ago, you think? Probably a whole bunch of them. Probably a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, this is a T-Rex. And these are the stupid little T-Rex arms. It never made sense to me. Like, what's the point of those little teeny arms? So I looked up the skeleton to see what it would look like. And the little cute arms, adorable. But then I looked again. This is the skeleton of an ostrich. The T-Rex did not have arms. It had wings.
They called them dragons.
As far as ancient astronaut theorists are concerned,
according to these interpretations of the ancient Sumerian records,
based on 30 years of studying the Sumerian cuneiform tablets, they believe
those that were connected with the stars.
The Sumerian gods were, in fact, refugees from another world.
The Anunnaki were seen to be the givers of civilization to mortal kind.
And the Anunnaki's original intention was to use us to mine all of the gold that they needed. This was our original purpose as a species.
Either way,
the Sumerian civilization emerged around 4,500 BC.
3,600 years approaches a new cycle.
We dare to say that if we get to know our history well and deeply, we'll be extremely good prepared for what lies ahead.
It is often said that the Windsors are in fact
literally
mostly
reptilian.
Then why don't we talk more about them?
The word dinosaur wasn't made up till 1841.
It also might stand to reason then that according
to what we've been doing in our space program, it's a blueprint for what may have happened here a long time ago with extraterrestrials.
So now that you know what ancients reveal about our origins, perhaps you'd like to decide.
And they may think they are meant to rule the world.
Gentlemen, are any of you brave enough, bold enough, courageous enough to fight me now?
He's calling out fortune.
You thrive off of intimidation. My vibrational frequencies are too high for that. You feed off of fear. My 0 point is a great distance from fear. What you are is low vibrational reptilians. What I am is a descended god, and I'm here to prove that tonight. Tonight, I stamp out fear. One more time, gentlemen, I ask you, which one of you is brave enough, courageous enough, bold enough to fight me now?
Yeah, I'm right fucking here. Every motherfucker running me. Bring an army, I ain't even bring a fucking gun with me. Come at me 100 G, there's only fucking one of me. Shining so bright, there ain't a motherfucker touching me. I'll keep inviting them, but see no fucking sign of them. Since there's nothing more frightening than enlightenment. Somebody come fuck with me, I'm wanting some action. Swinging for the fences like the great Don Bradman. Getting busy, you can miss me with that hate shit. I'm making history while you fake bitches shape shit. I'm focused on so much more than showbiz. Pure motives, heart knows no fears. I ain't scared of any reptile pedophile. One fucking man got all you devils petrified. I understand who I am and what's happening. Got them panicking from the Pentagon to Vatican. Stand strong, flip them off, one hand on my cock. I understand you cannot stop, I descend to God. Babylonian manipulators, 9/11 fakers. But you never break this race of powerful creators. The Masons of Satan being racing now awakening. Racing to enslave the human race, look at the state we in. We on the border of this crazy world order. Holding sure it's safety for my baby girl's daughter. I'll never quit with every bit of energy inside this kid. I'ma put an end to plans of mankind be a microchip. Never made it to your schools, never played by your rules. Stayed true to myself, never played for the fool. Before a team was clear to me that something smelled fishy. Unexplained pyramids and missing world history. From inequalities in common middle class economies to third world poverty and globalized monopolies. Wars that were financed both sides by the Rothschilds. Gold market corner cause of gold bullion stockpiles. Bloodlines of hybrids and centralized private devising plans of genocide against 99%. Programming hypnotized with programs that televise. Propaganda selling lies, the news report ain't tell it right. They cultivate division through culture and religion. Our race and social status, we all controlled by the system. My forefathers basically rapists of natives. Invading and claim shit and unloading slave shit. Many residential lives wiped where the whites settled. No surprise they call the Queen's man white devil. Commonly on every side the Commonwealth colonized, followed by conflict and atrocities that horror got 99 problems, Jay-Z's one of them. Bilderberg group supervising shady government. Raping Mother Earth's resources when we gon' quit. We fuck this planet up, then where the fuck we gon' live? 5 seconds passing, a child dies starving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another life's passing. Black, white, yellow, brown, everybody family. Stop the insanity, we're not enemies. More than 7 billion lives being oppressed and deprived, and 13 bloodlines directing our demise. Hope in your eyes, take a look at facts and understand we rule by a tiny fraction of the 1%. So who you think's the head of the one world agenda, which only benefits a tiny fraction at the center? Yeah, 80% of the world population got 6% of wealth, and inflation keeps us caged in. Accumulating, then there's cash in circulation. More legislation set for corporation tax evasion. I'ma set it straight for everybody trying to get paid. We play the banks game and everybody end up debt slaves. There ain't no schools teaching what we really needing to know. Research the club of Rome and fucking Bohemian Grove. Google Rothschilds and David D. Rockefeller. Take the time to read a David Icke top seller. Care about freedom, you need to care about FEMA camps. Chemtrails concern anyone that care about breathing air. Agenda 21's just a goddamn joke. Fuck the NWO and Monsanto. I'm God sent, made by God's hand, doing God's pain. Illuminati and a UN army couldn't stop, man. I'm here to get it through to kids that we could never lose this shit. Cause we the ones that hold the 1% on top of the pyramid. Eat a dick, or better yet, eat 7 billion, bitch. There's only 13 families, so you know they fucking feeling this. Yeah.